All right, so let's get into this. This is something that I honestly I'm having a hard time piecing together, right? Obviously, before y'all come in here canceling, trying to make me seem like something I'm not, this is not an endorsement of anybody. It's not an endorsement, okay? But according to the New York Times, so the Trump administration on Monday announced that it would inject nearly $500 million into historically black colleges and tribal universities. A windfall funded largely by cuts to programs elsewhere for minority students. I guess the point that they're saying is that it may look good. I think this is probably the position of the people who are writing this, that it looks like it's some bit of large benefit to the black community, but others are affected. Actually, let me tell you what it seems like to me. A couple things. One is that despite being predominantly black universities, the way that diversity is calculated, you'll actually be surprised to find that one, there's no race threshold or requirement for HBCU. And secondly, they are often some of the most diverse educational institutions. And it has to do with the way that diversity is calculated. So, my thought though is when you see, so I think the concern is that the biggest cut that is allowing for these extra funds to go to HBCUs is a $350 million hit to programs that support minority students in science and engineering programs, schools with significant Hispanic enrollment, and other federal grants at minority serving institutions. The administration also cut money from the gifted and talented programs, which it said uses racial targeting and recruitment in some cases. It makes me wonder about a whole other thing about Uber and but like what is the takeaway from this? What is the takeaway from this? I know obviously I gave you a little bit about how the money has been moved around and everything like that. And so we can definitely acknowledge that a possible motive could be to pit minorities against each other for resources. Another possibility could be that this is Trump signaling his support for Native Americans and African Americans, who he may see as separate from Latin Americans or people of Hispanic descent. It could be a signal of his support for segregation. It could be classism in terms of the often elite quality of students that come out of a HBCU as opposed to like a more generalized thing. So I think there's a lot of separation happening, but to what point? I know also on the right, people are going to say, hey, look, he's not racist. We'll stay tuned. I really don't know what it means.